Welcome back. Time now for Chip's Corner. Well, we talked about it a little bit in news. The farmer payments that the White House has promised, those were delayed this week, reportedly because of a government shutdown as of late week. Chip, we still had not received any information on that. But even when this is announced, how long until farmers could actually see these payments?
Oh, that's a great point. And we are starting to get some bits of information on it. It sounds like the Office of Management and Budget has okayed between 12 and $13 billion to be used for this, the trade aid or the financial aid. But the timing on it is still very unsure. I had a conversation with Farm CPA Paul Neiffer about that just earlier this week.
The ECAP program was announced in December, but it had 90 days to get done, and they took the full 90 days to get it done. So I think even if they announce something today, Chip, likely farmers are not going to get any money until December at the earliest, and it'll probably be January. So now we know under the original MFP back in 18 and 19, farmers had to prove their production history. They had to prove production. You know, maybe this should be just based on APH, or it should be based on a simple per acre dollar like it is for ECAPs. So we'll have to see what those details really are. And then hopefully they're going to go beyond just soybeans, because we know sorghum has been dramatically impacted by China. We know that a lot of the specialty crops, cherries and apples and some of those other crops have definitely been affected. So I'm hoping it isn't just going to be soybean centric.
And let's add cotton to that list too of crops that are going to need some assistance going forward, Tyne.
Well, and I think, Chip, the frustration is these payments for farmers, farmers are just a pass through. It's not like this money is going to go straight to their bottom line. This money is going to be used to really, it's a Band-Aid until the next year. It's going to be used to pay the fertilizer bill, to pay the chemical bill, to pay the seed bill, to pay that, operating note at 8% interest. It's not like farmers are going to pocket this money. And I think that's a misconception to some.
Oh, I think there definitely is. And I think there's a misconception on just how much good this could do for agriculture. It's going to plug a hole. And this hole has been, it has been dug over the past 2 years, not just the last year. That's the whole issue here, because when you look at soybean prices, they're not much different than what they were a year ago. Look at corn prices, not much different than what they were a year ago. The big difference is the engagement on the trade front, and President Trump is still working to get that deal done with China on trade. And until that gets done, there's going to be blame thrown in the direction of the trade negotiations.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. China input prices, all of that coming up in our marketing roundtables. Thanks, Chip. You can catch him twice a day for AgriTalk AM as well as AgriTalk PM. All right, we need to take a quick break. And it warmed up this weekend. We saw a little bit of a reprieve, but these high temperatures, they are back. How long are they going to last? We'll have a check of weather coming up next.
Purchase with a Purpose is brought to you by the Propane Education and Research Council. Receive up to $10,000 toward new propane-powered farm equipment like irrigation engines, power generators, and heating systems when you apply to the Propane Farm Research Program. Get started at propane.com/PFRP.